But
All right. Hi, everybody. It is great to see you. Thank you for coming on to Therapy Thursdays with Rachel. I have a very special guest today, Teria, the Heartworker. And so we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to ask Teria to just introduce herself and to tell us a little bit about who she is, what a heart worker is, and then we'll jump in and we'll do some question and answer. As always, this is your show, so be as you can come in the comments, ask us some questions, and just have as much feedback as possible. So Taria, thank you for being here today.
hey, Ray, thank you so much for having me. I am so happy to be here on your show. I'm so proud of you on your platform. You are
Mm.
a really good friend of mine. And, everybody, Rachel has been here for me in my deepest, darkest hour. So when
Mm.
I tell you that she has a heart of gold, that she has a heart after God's own heart. I really mean that. I'm super grateful to you. You always have a special place in my heart, and I'm grateful for your platform on today.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry in here, okay?
No, I'm so serious. You have a very powerful gift where, you are able to just connect with people, to be a listening ear, and to give them guidance. So, I would call people like you and myself light workers.
Mm.
That's like a term in the industry of, self-help coaches, um, counselors, people who are really out here trying to help people to become their best selves.
Mm-hmm.
And in being a light worker, I was on my Instagram, just talking to my followers about a couple years ago, back in 2018. I was talking a lot about open up your heart, be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
This is the day that you can be better than you were yesterday. So
Mm-hmm.
open up your heart to create change. And I kept saying open up your heart so much that
Mm-hmm.
and it just made sense for me to like to create like a program, to create a lifestyle so I could really help influence, the masses to open up their heart to create positive change. So that's where like the heart worker term started to come
Yeah.
from. The heart conscious lifestyle. Basically, it's about three parts: opening up the heart, opening up the mind, and opening up the body.
Mm.
So the first part of opening up the heart, yes, the first part of opening up the heart, it's the epicenter of who we are, right? Without the heart, we're not alive, we're not breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get to the core of who you are, to understand the truth of who you are, it's through your heart. This is how you're going to be able to, open up the doors to really discover who you are, where you want to go, who you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, since the heart is such a powerful organ, it's not only your spirit, it's not only your intuition, it is so powerful that it actually, attracts what you want because more so than the brain.
Mm-hmm.
The heart is 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so, when people say, oh, don't follow your heart, just, use your mind, make decisions using your logic, I disagree. I think you should use both the heart
Mm-hmm.
and the mind.
Yeah.
The heart will open up an understanding, will help you to discover what it is you really want, get down to the nitty gritty. When you
Mm-hmm.
can't focus, when you're like everywhere, I promise you, the heart knows and the brain will find a way.
Mm-hmm.
So, one way that you can open up your heart is through gratitude meditation daily.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like getting on the floor, crossing your legs, and getting
Right.
into this stance or this pose to really like try to get some answers from on high. It's literally you could be laying in your bed, you could be walking around your house, but just take the first 5 minutes that you wake up and you start saying, I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful that I have a job. I'm grateful that, I have a mind to be able to discover, what it is I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you open up your heart, that opens up, you know, your your vibration to start accepting, right? More goodness into your life.
Mm-hmm.
So open up your heart. Now your mind is clear. You can think, because it's
Yeah.
nothing like, having a cluttered mind, you know what I mean? Because of all
Yeah.
the distractions that's going on. And I know
Hmm.
you're a very busy woman.
Yeah.
I call you Superwoman because you have so much going on, the kids, the
Mhm.
business. And that's what a lot of women have going on that I know, that's a part of my Heart Conscious Life School, in the
Mhm.
program. These women, they have a lot of things going on, but it's really about, okay, let's focus. How can we focus, and create the life of our dreams? How can we lose the weight we want to lose? How can we, have a more powerful mindset to actually see our ideas through?
Mhm.
Okay. So we got number one, opening up the heart through
Yeah.
gratitude meditation. We got number two, your mind is clear. Now you can start getting ideas and researching, and start connecting with people. Now you open up your body. You take physical action. You take that leap of faith physically, right?
Mhm.
Literally. It's time for you to pick up the phone, right? Call somebody, talk to somebody that can help you get where you need to go, right?
Mhm.
It's time to start writing in your journal. This is inspired action,
Yeah.
right? I know you're a very creative person, and you do your arts and crafts, the best
Mhm.
get-togethers.
Yes.
So, do you journal?
So sometimes, but one thing that I tell
Okay.
people all the time is, I'm very against anything feeling like a chore, and so I really feel that you should be
Mm-hmm.
in a place where I'm doing this because it feels good for me right now. I'm doing this because it
Right.
is going to be healing for me. It's going to be something that's going to push me towards inspiration, towards healing, towards whatever. And so yeah, I journal
Mm-hmm.
times, but I'm not one of those people who's like, I'm going to journal every day. Sometimes I'll go through periods where I
Mm-hmm.
am journaling every day. Sometimes it's like once a month, and maybe I just want to reflect. And it's not always writing down. Sometimes it might be a note in my iPhone or something like that, of just like where I'm getting all of,
Mm-hmm.
because like you said, especially for women and men who are busy, you don't always have a place to channel that. So just having a place where you can kind of do a mind dump, especially at the end of a busy day or end of a busy
Mm-hmm.
week, I think it's really good. And it gives you a point of self-reflection too, right? Because you can go back 6 months
Right.
from now and say, oh, this is where I was at emotionally, this is where I was at mentally, this is where I was at in my relationships, and this is where I'm at now. Or maybe I'm
Right.
not where I want to be, but this is where I'm trying to get to. So I think it's a very useful tool.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about growth,
Hmm.
right? When you can do that self-reflection, it's a very powerful tool in becoming self-aware. A
Hmm.
lot of people just kind of go through life trying to figure it out, like, without, really thinking about what's happening.
Yeah,
There's always a reason for what's going on in your environment. And
absolutely.
a lot of times it has to do with what's going on in your heart. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? The way you think, the way you feel on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not in a good space, it's time to say, hey, you know what? I'm ready to do something different.
Hmm.
So then that's when, meditating for a quick second, until you get used to it, and the time may get longer, or it may stay, at a certain pace. I know one of my clients, she says that she meditates on the train on the way to work. you
Nice.
know
Mhm.
yeah, so it's not about, like you said, being very static, saying, oh, I have to do it like this every single time. But it is about what works for you. And I know journaling, it's an extremely powerful tool. And I'm writing things down too. That is, like, a very scientific thing. When you write stuff down, you're able to, you see
Mhm.
what you're doing. So now you're making the vision clear. You're making it plain. You're seeing it right before your eyes. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to get there.
Mhm.
I want to share, a testimony, because it's not only about, instructing people on how to live the heart conscious lifestyle. I live it myself.
Yeah.
I practice these techniques. And so, I recently launched my Teria tea company.
Yay.
Thank you. I love tea so much. I've been like a tea fanatic, since basically 2016, 2014, when I started my health journey. In
Mhm.
2016, I got into Instagram, and I'm like, oh, all these influencers are selling tea. I need to get into that game. But yeah, so in manifesting this Teria tea company, this was back before COVID. So this was back in like February.
Mhm.
Jamel and I, my hubby, we were driving around downtown Chicago, and like the billboards are ridiculous down there, right? It's a lot of like, big lights, lots of action. And I kept seeing this one football player on all of these billboards. And it's also, one of the Kardashians, she's on the billboards and stuff, And I was just like, man, it would be really nice if I could be on a billboard.
Yeah.
And so I started writing this thing down. I started writing it down, Ray. And I promise you, 5 months later, I got the money some way, somehow to get my first billboard. To launch the business in Chicago. Yeah, I know. It's crazy because I didn't know how I was going to be able to afford it. I didn't know what I was going to do, because that's big time. That's a big marketing, a big marketing campaign and stuff. And so, yeah, I wrote it down every day. I was like, I'm on billboards. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And, we would call this like miracles, right? Like when we really don't know how something's going to happen and then it just happens, right? It seems like a miracle, but it's not necessarily without your like subconscious working for you, right? The subconscious mind, we're going to go a little deep here, okay? The subconscious mind is what helps us, what guides us through life. People actually connect the subconscious with the heart, right? Because, our heart, it beats and we don't even think about it, right? We don't, unless we get, stopped in some type of, situation where our heart starts beating fast and it reminds us, oh, my heart is beating, right? So it's kind of like, your subconscious mind, you got to train your subconscious because, your brain can't do all this hard work all the time. You're going to get tired. Willpower has its limitations. Okay, you got to go deep. You have to put it into your subconscious mind every single day. That's why it's important to speak out loud. Speak into your existence, speak out loud. The vibrations in your voice will cause you to, start manifesting a lot sooner, a lot faster because of the vibration of sound, right? So every day you start speaking into your life what you want. Next thing you know, you will start to see some type of progress. So that's why, it doesn't matter like, all the drama and stuff that may be happening in your life when things are going all out of control, you can bring things back into your subconscious and say, hey, this life this is what I want. I'm not going to let the outside dictate to me, how I should be living. So, whatever's in your environment, it's really whatever's in your environment, it's really a picture of what's going on in your heart and in your mind.
Absolutely. I want to kind of like, right, because I have I know a lot of my viewers, they are, a lot of them follow Christianity as their main belief system. And so a lot of this, because sometimes we can shy away when we start hearing like vibrations and we hear different things. And I know, again, as being a holistic person, sometimes I can understand, like, oh, I've heard these things. But I would say even for those who are looking for biblical standpoints in this, like in the Bible, it talks about out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so in that, everything that is in our heart, it definitely comes out in our environment. So when you plant good things in your heart, that's when you're able to start seeing different things. If you're constantly in your heart saying, I'm never going to be anything, I'm never going to do this, this situation is never going to change, we teach our heart and our mind to believe in that. But when we start to speak in faith, just as I said, that faith without works is dead. That's in the Bible. That it's like you can have faith, but faith without works is not going to do anything. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. So being able to pair those things together of, yes, I'm believing God to do these things, but I'm also doing my part over here as well. So I kind of just wanted to circle that back around because I know a lot of people are like, well, hey, how can I connect this to me? And what does meditation look like? Again, like Teria said, meditation isn't always like I'm sitting or I'm doing things. Meditation could be I'm meditating on a scripture that really resonates in my life and where I'm trying to get right now. And so it looks different for everybody. So I just like to make sure that the language, people don't shy away from, because that's something that I saw even when I was in grad school. I took the holistic track of social work. And as soon as people started talking about meditation, as soon as it was kind of like, oh, no, that doesn't work with Christianity. And I think it's something that can work very well with Christianity. You choose how you meditate and what that looks like. And obviously, you have to know where you're at with your walk with God about if you feel it's going to be something that is a barrier. You never want to do anything that's going to feel you to draw away from your core beliefs. But if it's something that you can, find scripture on and feel comfortable with, then that's important. So I just wanted to put that out there because, again, I don't want anyone to deter. And it's like, usually, not that this is a religious, thing, but a lot of times I have a lot of people in here, a lot of guests and viewers who profess Christ. And so I just want to encourage you guys that you can meditate, you can speak positive affirmations, you can focus on what is going on in your heart, that heart work, even within the realm of Christianity. And it's not something that is bad.
Right. I mean, you can use the word prayer, it's all the same thing in the way of, you're getting, I like that. That's true. Training your mind, training your mouth, right? What you speak into existence, it really, through prayer, through meditation, just getting in that quiet space, right? Just silencing the noise, the distractions of the mind. That's what, the goal is. Because when you're able to just say, hey, I want to change for the better. God, the universe, whatever your higher power is going to start working in your favor. It's science. It's guaranteed. This is universal law, right? Whatever you speak into the universe, you will receive back to you eventually. So that's something that I think, takes a lot of, just dedication, right? You got to be 100% committed. I mean, 99.5 won't do. It just won't, it'll get you close to your goal. But if you want to see real change, if you want to, look and feel your best on a day-to-day basis, you got to put in the hard work. You have to speak life into yourself. I have, little notes on my mirror. I have it in my bedroom, of who I am, who I would like to become, even if I'm not all those things yet. That's something. When I used to go to your house when Maya was little, I remember, seeing all these notes everywhere, right? What was that doing? It was putting into her subconscious, really, like, hey, I am smart, I can learn, I can pick up these things. Somebody out there, my mom, is she's out here making sure that I know, what's happening in the world. Getting me started young. So
and I even have a quick testimony for that. It was funny. One of my friends, Leslie, she was commented earlier, but reminding me of like a lot of things that I'm living in right now are manifestations of prayers that I had written around my house. Things that I said, this is the life that I want to walk into. Even now, the things that I'm still asking God for and seeking for, like I write them on postcards. I'm doing this, or I'm writing them. I put them on their fridge. You probably can remember this. I used to have stuff on my steering wheel. You remember that? Like it was like taped on my steering wheel. There was something I'm like, look, I need to see this every single day in a place where I'm going to see this. When I was about to take my exam to become a licensed clinical social worker, 2 days before, I had a huge freak out. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to fail. I can't do this. I literally just heard God say, like, write out who you are on a mirror. So I took this big mirror and I can't remember, lipstick or a dry erase marker or something. And I wrote out like back then it was Rachel Moore, LCSW. And I was writing out all these things and scriptures about what God had said about me, who I was, who I wanted to be, why it was necessary that I become an LCSW. And I looked at that for 2 days straight. And then when I went into that exam, I sat down and I was like, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. And I passed it, And so, and I believe though, had I not done that work, and had I not taken that time to meditate on those things and to really speak what I believed about myself, it would have been a different thing. I don't think I could have passed as easily. Yeah, I have the knowledge, but you can't just have the knowledge, right? You have to have the belief behind it of like, hey, I know I can do this. I believe in myself that this is going to happen. And partner that with the months that it took for me to study and to absorb all the information. So absolutely, I just completely agree. Just want to share that. So talk a little bit about the tea. So you were able to get the billboard. So this tea, the Teria tea, so how does that fit into the heart conscious lifestyle, and what is that all about? And who is it beneficial for? I know I was sad because I can't fully use it yet because I'm still nursing. But for those who are not, I know. So what does it do for you? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so Teria tea, it's a very unique tea line for health and beauty. Of course, I'm going to tie it into the heart conscious lifestyle because we're not just a tea company. We are a heart conscious company.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so wonderful because, it's something a little different. There are not too many red tea detoxes. So, I got the red tea for the heart. And so in this tea blend, it's a detox. The first line is called Pretty Little Waist. And it's been well received. So, thank you to everyone who's brought Pretty Little Waist and getting their results, their snatched waist. The blend has 8 herbal ingredients. So the rooibos, that's the main ingredient that gives it the tea its red color. It's from a South African bush, red bush, and it's very beautiful. The tea looks good. It smells good. It has a sweet aroma. And it also feels good. It's very medicinal. So, then that's a part of like the holistic lifestyle. You
Mm-hmm.
want to, do things that make you feel good. And drinking this tea, you will see results. You'll have clear skin. It clears skin blemishes. Ingredients like the lily, the rooibos. It detoxes the system, like the ginger, the cinnamon. It all comes together to really, boost your immune system. Really strengthen the heart. Getting rid of, blood clots and things like that over time. The more you take it, as well as, doing other things like working out, eating healthy,
Mm-hmm.
right? It has to be full circle. You have to be willing, to do everything that's required so you can permanently lose the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, detoxes are great jump starters for weight loss. I actually drink the tea every day. It's very safe. The ingredients allow you to drink it every day, very low in caffeine, half of the caffeine of other detoxes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very unique tea blend. Yeah, so the detox, we're not just a detox, we're also a lifestyle. So basically, I tied in the heart conscious lifestyle by creating an 8-week program
Mm-hmm.
called the Heart Conscious Life School. And basically, you get the tea for free. So you're going to, help with your weight loss and cleansing out the toxins of your body. And so there are basically 3 parts to that as well. You got the heart conscious menu consisting of whole foods. It's a 30-day menu. You can use it as many times as you need to lose the weight. Clients do lose weight up to 20 pounds in this 8 weeks. So this is a very safe route. It's nothing like extra drastic, like
It's not like the
crazy weight loss. It's
lemonade.
not it's not like the lemonade or the molasses diet out there, okay? This is definitely something that, works. It's a permanent lifestyle change. I mean, anything that I do with the heart conscious lifestyle, I want to make sure that you can get lasting results. So you got the heart conscious menu, you have the fitness plan where I do workout videos, demonstrations, and that's for 30 days as well. It's 4-week plan. Very simple exercises. You need minimal equipment. You can also take these exercises to the gym.
Mhm.
So we got the heart conscious plan. We have the 30-day fitness workout, and then this is my favorite part: the mindset training
Mm.
for 8 weeks. Every single week, you will get a lesson on how to create self confidence, on
Mm.
how to build, that self love that's so much needed. Because you can lose the weight, but a lot of times people will gain it right back because they weren't informed on how to, have that mindset to keep it off.
Yeah.
So also with the plan is really cool. A lot of people appreciate this. There are a lot of, workout plans and menus out there, but a lot of times they don't include a maintenance guide, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
when you lose the weight, at some point you're gonna get your results. You're gonna hit your goal weight. So what do you do after that? Do you just keep losing weight, eating like a restricted diet, or do you, add? Well, I teach, the clients just to add, 50 calories here, reduce 50 calories there,
Mm.
100 over here, 100 over there, until it balances out for you.
Mm.
Okay. And it will. I mean, it's very simple because at the end of the day, what it really takes to, have a fit, healthy body, it's about portion control, really,
Mhm.
you know. So, yeah, after you have your carbs, you have your proteins, you have your fats, you get used to like looking at this plate of food,
Mhm.
you kind of have an eye for what you should and what you shouldn't be eating after a while,
Yeah.
and the size is important. I remember one client some time ago, she told me, she was like, "Oh, I did so good. I went out, and I had, dinner with my coworkers, and I got salmon and, lean beef, which was great. That was wonderful. But it's like, when you're on like a diet to actually lose the weight, you can only choose one protein. You
Ah,
see,
okay.
yeah, having two, even though it's healthy choices here, salmon is great. The omega 3s are wonderful, for your
Mhm.
body. But if you are going to, if you're looking to like hit your goals, you got to stick to the plan. Right.
Gotcha.
And so I teach, women, I encourage them along the way, like, hey, it may not, you may not know all the answers right now. That's okay. Just go day after day, week after week, and you will see results. You know what's real interesting too? This little
Mhm.
earpiece keeps falling out. That's a little interesting. But what's really interesting is that a lot of times, I know for me, for years, I used to do a lot of cheat diets. I used to, try to find any type of way. I used to wear, waist trainers. There's nothing wrong with waist trainers, but it's that, if you don't exercise too, you're just like basically shifting fat around. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's important to like exercise to actually keep it off. You see? So
Yeah.
I was doing like a lot of shortcuts. I did, detoxes and stuff back in the day. But I had to realize, like, you know what? I need to stop being so hard on myself to try to like make things happen, in a split second.
Yeah.
I still have to like tell myself, hey, Teria, take your time. You're gonna get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
um, but yeah, with this heart conscious lifestyle, it is a journey. I
Mhm.
teach women to make progress day after day after day, and eventually you're gonna see, just in 3 weeks, you're gonna see a difference in your clothes.
Mhm.
3 weeks. That's not a long time, is it?
No,
But
3 weeks.
it seems like forever though, when
Yeah.
you be like, oh my God, I need to lose this 20 pounds. I need to lose this weight. But if
Right.
you start putting in the work, you will see results in as little as a few weeks.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, even what I tell my clients as well. So to kind of tie it into a mental health perspective,
Hmm.
is it's a journey, right? If you come in and we
Right.
start doing therapy and you're like, I've been depressed for the past 2 years, it's not going to
Hmm.
look different tomorrow just because you started therapy.
It's
Now, is
not.
that an amazing first step? Yes, it takes amazing courage and dedication to do that. And you will start seeing some results, but you have to give yourself time and grace to change, because it
Yes.
might be, hey, I feel better a month later, but then an environmental trigger happens. Same thing I assume
Hmm.
with eating, that I'm sure everybody's eating was off because of COVID, right? And this 2020
Right.
has been a year that we will never forget. And so realizing that
Hmm.
there are going to be different triggers that happen, but it's all about the consistency and the dedication to the process. If you have the right foundation, you'll always have something to come back to, right? You'll always be able to say, okay, even though I had a slip up, or even though, something changed, I had this foundation that I can come back to. I know what my why is. I think that's a
Yes.
big thing when you're doing any kind of change. You have to know what your why
Hmm.
is. You have to know what your big picture is. And if you know that and you can see that, you're always going to have that motivation to keep moving into work, because you're like, this is why I'm doing it. So even on the hardest of days, maybe I'll find something in me, even if I can't do a 30-minute workout, I'll do 15
Hmm.
minutes, because I
Yep.
know what my why is, and I know that this is what's going to help me out. I can think, oh man, this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I just have this image every time I think about you, Teria. Teria used to eat eggs every single day. Oh my God. Like,
And I still do.
and I believe it, and it's just like, but it was real, like the lifestyle part of it. Like, I can just think of
Right.
just the consistency of, like, even
Hmm.
from then to now, how it was
Hmm.
like every morning waking up, I'm like, I'm gonna go and make my eggs with this, what was it, ground turkey, and like, make these little omelet things, and
Yes, my omelet.
we would go out, and she would like still eat healthy and do all this, and everyone else was like, we we eating good. And she's like, well, or it was a moderation of like, I can go out and I can enjoy myself because I had my eggs this morning, I had my salad, and then like would come home and still work out. And she's like, Ray, you gonna work out? Absolutely not. No, like I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. So, but even just thinking about, and so I think that's important too, of being able to know like that consistency, because it then becomes a lifestyle.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just had an omelet before I got on this call. Actually, I eat it for dinner too. Yeah, but yes, Ray, that's absolutely right. Whatever you decide to do, make sure that you remember your purpose. Meditation is just a great way to get back to what feels good. Just asking, God, the universe, whatever I'm supposed to do, show me the way. You will get an answer. Absolutely. You will get an answer. Yeah. So, opening up the heart really does set the foundation through gratitude to experience more goodness. It really does. You attract what you think.
Okay. So when will people be able to join the school? So if they're interested in that, what is a timeline that people can be looking forward to? And what are some things that they can do to connect with you now?
Yes. Well, the school is now open for enrollment. So, all you have to do, if you're interested in the Heart Conscious Lifestyle Program, the mindset training, go to teriat.com in the permanent weight loss section. So the permanent weight loss, there is a free 30-minute class explaining, I really break it down, what the Heart Conscious School, what the mindset training is all about. So we're going to talk about the menu. We're going to talk about, just how to stop feeling overwhelmed, giving some tips like that in that class, about 30 minutes. And then if you like what you see, go ahead and enroll. And, you will receive the link within 24 hours to start the program, start the training.
Awesome. Well, are there any other things that you want to share, or any other special things? Again, how can they find you? What socials are you on? So you said teriat.com, but what are some other ways that they can connect?
So I'm basically the most active on IG. So my personal page is Teria Worldwide, and then my business page is Shop Teria T. And I want to just, share with the people that it's very, important to just continue to believe in yourself, no matter what. My coaches, my mentors, they all say that same phrase, no matter what. No matter what is going on, no matter how you feel, you can take a step back if you need to. You can pause to reflect like, hey, I need to do this or go this direction. But never give up. Never give up on your dreams and your goals, because they will become your reality. They will manifest as long as you're willing to put in that hard work. And, letting go is kind of hard, right? Because it's kind of confusing.
That again.
Letting go is a little difficult sometimes because, you might think, well, if I let go, does that mean I don't really want it? Right? Does this mean that this isn't for me? It's for you. Whatever you want, it's for you. God, the universe has put into your spirit, whatever your desires are for a reason. If it makes you feel good, if it brings you joy, happiness, peace, things of good understanding, if it helps you be the best you, it's for you. Okay. You don't have to worry about that. So in letting go, it's really about not letting go of the want, of the desire that you have. It's about letting go of the anxiety, the pressure, the stress that comes with attaining that goal. It's just going to come. You're going to have doubts sometimes, but don't give up. Stay in the race.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Because like you said, things are going to happen times are going to get rough. But again, if you have that, you know, that foundation of, I know why I'm doing it, I know that I'm going to get there eventually, then you can just hang in there. And having good support systems, you know, I talk about that all the time. You got to have a solid circle, because if you are having some of those days where maybe it is hard to believe, because life is going to happen, you need people who are going to speak life into you and be able to say, you know what, I know you don't see it right now, but trust the process. You got that. And I know in a hard season, I'm telling you, I remember going through some hard seasons and everybody's telling me to trust the process. And I was like, y'all can trust these hands, because I don't want to hear that anymore. But I was so grateful that they never stopped telling me that. And it really did. And now that's the same thing I tell people, is like, trust the process. Trust the process. Like, I guarantee you, when you're in the middle of it, you can't see the way out. But there are people who can see for you. And that's why it's important to have that solid circle of knowing that, like, even when you can't see it, I know my people can. And I know they're going to encourage you to keep going. So trust the process, everybody. It's going to be better. You know, like they said, there's always sunshine after the rain. And so even in the rain, you got to learn to dance, right? You know, and you just have to enjoy it. Enjoy every single moment. Being present in the moment is so important, because we only get, you know, this life on earth right now. This is what we have. And so we want to value it. We want to, you know, just honor ourselves and honor our bodies the best way that we can. And again, be the best authentic versions of ourselves, the most authentic, the healthiest versions, mind, body, and soul. And so that's so important. So thank you so much, Teria, for reminding us of that. Again, you guys can find her on Instagram, Teria Worldwide, and TeriaT.com, and you can go and you can find the information about the Heart Conscious Life School there. As I mentioned before, Amaris Counseling is fully open and accepting new clients. If you guys follow us on Instagram, if you don't follow us on Instagram, but if you follow us on Instagram, you saw that we recently are now accepting Cigna. So if you know anybody who has been looking for therapy, and they have been limited and weren't able to self-pay, we're accepting Cigna, and there are a few other insurance panels that we will be accepting soon. And it is myself, and I have two other lovely clinicians that I'm hoping to bring on soon, so that you guys can meet them. They'll have some introductory videos coming on Instagram too. But again, so there's three of us. So if you know me and you're like, well, hey, we can't do therapy because we know each other, I now have two other people just for you. So follow us on Instagram, Amaris Counseling LLC, or you can visit our website, amariscounselingllc.com. And if you want some cute merch, I just got mine in the mail today, and I think it's so cute. Says, I gotta ask my therapist. There are shirts and all that. So, you know, if you just want some cute stuff, if you want to give gifts, you know, we're in a holiday season. So yeah, I will be coming on within the next week or two, just talking about the holidays and some ways to make it through. Obviously, we know that every holiday is not happy for everyone, but especially so during this year, we've had such a significant loss from the beginning of the year to now. And so I definitely want to speak to that. So I will. So just look forward to hearing that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and just commenting. And for those who are watching on the replay, thank you so much. And again, thank you, Teria, for coming on and sharing this time with us, sharing your passion, because it really shows that you're passionate about this and that you practice what you preach.
Yes, indeed, Ray. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight and listening to the Heartwork. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back soon. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.